Guys, it's Adil with Fresh Mark Sense, another fresh review. Yesterday I was talking about some cheap fragrances including Bruno Banani and others that could give you some character for under £10. And today I was looking online for fragrances that resemble Tear de Hermes in its citrus note, but also the nice sour, woody and vetiver notes. So I tried to replicate it by mixing Bruno Banani with Prada Luna Rossa, which is a lavender, ambroxan and mint scent with a bit of bitter orange, with Kumkat Wood, which has grapefruit, spices, very sour vetiver and that nice woody note that I was looking for. I'm going to review all these three fragrances bit by bit and what makes them special and why I mixed them into, I did not call it the Banani Wood mix, but I called it Aqua Wood mix just because Bruno Banani and Kumkat Wood. And I chose Bruno Banani's Dangerous Man because it actually has Kumkat in it, which was a little bit disappointing with the Kumkat Wood that I didn't actually have Kumkat in it. It was just grapefruit and spices. But now with this Kumkat Aqua citrus note mixing with the bitter orange, uplifting mint and ambroxan to round off the vetiver that is to come in this woody pine fresh scent. So you got some woody elements, you got aqua and citrus elements, and that sour vetiver that is rounded off with the ambroxan and lavender beautifully. So that is my Aqua Wood mix. That is 10 sprays of Banani, 2 sprays of Prada, and 1 spray of Kumkat Wood in proportions. So I've done that about 4 times to get this little 5ml decant. So enough of that. Hopefully that didn't go on the bed. That was permanent marker. This is a very undervalued scent, but I noticed that I didn't mention before, but it has an alcoholic note with the aqua citrus. So when you have cheap fragrances and expensive fragrances, but you miss the fruitiness of this fragrance and you don't want the alcoholic note, I mixed it with a higher concentration fragrance to take away that note of alcohol and mix it with something higher concentration, which is that sour vetiver. So turning astringent and a bit sour and vinegary alcohol scent into a more smooth vetiver is a nice move. The next thing I wanted to do is I found that the vetiver was quite sharp, and I didn't want just the vetiver to clash with the citrus, even though that would be quite a nice mix. I wanted something a little bit smoother, so I smoothed the vetiver with the ambroxan in here. Now this is Prada Luna Rossa. It's not a very outstanding fragrance, but it's very formally sweet. It has very neutral and unisex character of being sweet and lightly fresh and calming with the lavender. It's a classic scent done in a modern way. Rather than having lemon and lavender, they mixed a little bit of bitter orange, and that ambroxan gives it a sweetness that really makes the lavender last and holds that relaxing fresh note. I do like it, but I've never thought of it as something outstanding and something to give me attention. But you would be noticed as very clean and fresh. So I mixed this in my mix of 3. And what I'd really like to say about Kumkat Wood is that it has a vetiver that is similar to Tom Ford's grey vetiver, but it's a bit more dirty, it's a bit more scratchy, and it's got more woody elements. And I feel it has that classy vetiver, but it's more dirty with the patchouli note. The patchouli note makes it more dirty, rough around the edges and earthy. mixing with the sourness of the note to make it a very complete woody scent. And I prefer this out of all of my out of all the woody and fresh scents. I like them to be a little bit sour, a little bit green, and upliftingly fresh. I don't like anything a bit too mossy. The most mossy thing I've ever smelt is like Yves Saint Laurent Jazz, and that is very mossy. And sometimes was it Zadig Voltaire, This Is Him, that also has a mossy oak moss note, but this is a little bit lighter, and the sourness comes from the vetiver. It's clean mixed with the dirty patchouli to give a nice walk in the woods kind of feel, but it's sourly uplifting. The sour vetiver is uplifting in a clean way. So it's a very interesting scent, but I wouldn't say the spices in the top note come out too strong. Those spices in the top note, they are almost non-existent. They're more of a small transferring note from top note to middle note, where the top notes are grapefruit, and that sort of fades out during the spicy sort of transference stage between top and middle note. Other than that, it's the woody patchouli and vetiver that is the star of this fragrance, and that is why I mixed it, because I don't want to smell exactly just like wood. I think it's fine for a walk, but I'd like to add some more character, and I just thought that this was a bit, fruity, and I thought if this actually has kumkat in, and this just has grapefruit and cypress, I just want to see what happens if I add some kumkat and aqua. So it went pretty well, and let me know what you guys have been mixing kumkat wood with. Guys, the next mix I'm going to talk about is yesterday's mix of all the teenage scents that went so well for me. I call this Levine Fruity Vanilla. That is because the main ingredient is Adam Levine's orange and vanilla based, very well fruity vanilla, and I amplified the vanilla in this by adding 5 sprays of this for 1 spray of Body Shop vanilla, actually 2 sprays of that, with 3 sprays of Yardley Gentleman's cardamom based Gentleman Classic. It's a cardamom and wildflower scent. So I added 2 sprays of this, but I didn't want it to get too bitter with the wildflower. So I had 2 sprays of this, 5 sprays of Adam Levine's orange and vanilla mix, and just to boost the vanilla, to make cardamom more of a rounding note and not a dominant note, because a bitter wildflower can get quite bitter. I added 2 sprays of vanilla. Usually that would be an overdose, but I really wanted to be fruity with the passion fruit, orange and vanilla mix from Adam Levine, with that strong vanilla. So that fruity and vanilla clash would be the main thing, and the cardamom would just be a aromatic supporting note. And I think it played very well with, let's say again, 5 sprays of Adam Levine, 2 sprays of Body Shop vanilla, and 3 sprays of Yardley Gentleman. So that is my second mix. So that's my fragrance mix video. If you guys have fragrance mixes that you use every day, please comment in that section and let me know what fragrances work for you. And if you'd like to see more fragrance videos, let me know in the comments section, and subscribe for more content, because this is what I'll be doing on a regular basis, and I always do this in my spare time, and I would love to share it with you. So let me know, guys. Take care and stay fresh.